people. I am Crystal Keys and welcome to Workplace Keys to Success, a channel that brings you an unfiltered, no-nonsense approach to surviving workplace bullying. Well, today we want to talk about the workplace bullying and COVID-19, the workplace effects of the pandemic no one asked for. Before we proceed, I want to remind you to subscribe and like, and also share your success stories kindly. Share what has happened to you and then what has come out of it that has been successful. Share your successful strategies. Let's help others overcome workplace bullying. Well, 2020 has presented some challenging times so far. Well, due to the coronavirus pandemic, the world seems very chaotic. 18.8 million cases worldwide of coronavirus, 4.9 million reported cases across the United States. Well, silly me, I assumed that due to the pandemic, we would find ourselves in a more empathetic, non-toxic work environment. But you know what they say about assuming. Many individuals use this pandemic to show human decency and empathetic towards others, yet some have not. What doesn't help is how often the instructions have changed about what to do, what not to do concerning COVID-19. So even though the CDC has announced that COVID-19 is believed to be transmitted from person to person through small droplets from the nose or the mouth when a person coughs or sneezes, and then some specialists, some doctors disagree. I don't know about you, but I don't know what to believe at times. At times, I'm left feeling very confused. Confusion brings anxiety. What about the stay-at-home orders? Quarantine? Are we to isolate? How long? To wear a mask or not? What type of mask are we supposed to wear? N95? With or without a filter? Homemade? Manufactured? Okay, can someone tell me how many feet apart we're supposed to be? So social distancing, is it 6 feet, 8 feet? Okay, so we know we're supposed to wash our hands for 20 seconds, right? Do we wear gloves when we go out? Do we use hand sanitizer? What about the medications? What are working for COVID-19 patients? Okay, disinfectant sprays, wipes, what kind are we supposed to get? Do we have enough ventilators? What type of vaccines are they deciding upon, and when will they be able to be distributed? So there's a lot of unemployment out there. Furloughs. First, stimulus check. Second, stimulus check. No stimulus check. No toilet paper. No paper towels. We have to be retested to return to work with one negative result. Then they say 2 negative results. Then all we need is a doctor's note to be released to go back to work. Some states are only administering 1 test per person. Pandemic-induced fear can lead to a non-productive and stressful workplace. There seems to be a rise in workplace paranoia due to the coronavirus anxieties. Some coworkers are taking the pandemic too seriously, while others not serious enough. Many organizations now allow work from home if possible and use the electronic forms for meetings such as Skype, Zoom, GoToMeetings, etc. These are kind of new mediums that workplace bullying can occur. Individuals are still required to treat one another with civility, both in the physical workplace and the virtual workplace. Working from home should have excused employees from workplace bullying, but not so. Survey says there is an increase in heightened stress in workplace bullying. Now, there have been reports that management bullying, they'll use now furlough as another form of bullying. So taking furloughs from by force or denying the option if requested by an employee. So work from home still requires civility. Yes, we have an obligation as employees to still produce, to still be productive. But employees must not forget their requirements to ensure the workplace is free from workplace bullying, toxic work environments, and discrimination. Practical anti-force bullying training is needed now more than ever before. We should not be discriminated against if we are of Asian descent due to the biases of COVID-19. We should not be discriminated against because of anything at all, regardless of our race, color, national origin, religion, sex, or age. Occupational health and safety brings forth workplace bullying laws. Employers should recognize with COVID-19 there are OSHA standards and general duty clause of the OSH Act of 1970. I'm going to leave you the link below so that you will know the rights pertaining to COVID-19 according to these work standards. Organizations have COVID-19 updates on their intranet, like coronavirus information centers and all you need to know about COVID-19. But what about instructions for anti-bullying? It needs to be right there on the front page. What is happening is those bad apples, those bad leaders and bullies, well, within a pandemic, they've lost the control they so much love. So the pandemic has intensified misconduct and incivility. We had more options before the pandemic to look for another job or etc. But with layoffs, furloughs, unemployment, the pickings are slim. Many organizations now have a hiring freeze or are only filling the essential job requisitions. How do we handle workplace bullying and COVID-19? Well, there is help. What stops workplace bullying in general? Because it can also be used as we are in a pandemic. First, we need to know that workplace bullying can end with us, with you. Stand up for yourself. Now, this doesn't mean confrontation, not necessarily. You need to document all misconduct. Keep a journal at all times. Communicate all misconduct. File a complaint within your organization. Follow the chain of commands. Inform human resources. You can also file a state complaint. If you see it's not working internal and or you want to go ahead and file a state complaint with your Civil Rights Commission's office. Keep meticulous records of your accomplishments and the projects and the work sets that you are completing or have completed. You want to use these mandatory one-on-ones and mid-year reviews and annual performance reviews as your stage to tell the story of your exceptional performance, of what you have accomplished, how you are an asset to the organization. Well, let's not forget to model and support ethical conduct. Attend and participate in trainings, ethics, anti-bullying. You can also select a therapist, select counseling. This is great for processing what is happening. Find an attorney that specializes in workplace bullying. Implement an ultimatum for yourself. Consider a transfer. Should you consider disability or workers' comp? Should you find a new job? Change careers? Well, hopefully I have provided you some information that is helpful during this pandemic. Let's stay connected. And you can stay connected by subscribing. This will provide notifications of new content on a weekly basis. Well, thank you for tuning in and have a great work week.